Siamese cow, just watch old bandit run.
Thanks to society, this is literally what's happened. Calling somebody a fascist now is pretty much just like calling somebody a dickhead, calling somebody an a-hole. We've demoted these terms so far below where they should be. Fascist, domestic abuser. I mean, if everybody gets accused of domestic abuse, what is going to happen? You know, my mother was domestically abused. She was bruised. You know, I think her husband used to like hear her fall in the bathroom, and just to be a dick, I think he would just let her lay in there, just like asking for help for a few hours. I mean, that's the kind of person she lived with. He wanted her to die. He needed her to die. So when you need somebody to die, but you don't want to get in trouble for killing them, just think how you would do it. Well, I saw it. I didn't see it then because I never would have imagined that it would happen. But once you see it and you extrapolate like, oh my God, how much of this is literally going on around the country? I mean, I know somebody who dated a woman who was involved with a scam ring that would like seduce single familyless men and transfer all of their assets to them, including their house. And one of them, I think he said that they kind of know it now, that they killed one of the guys, chopped up his body, threw him in the San Francisco Bay. I mean, that's going on everywhere. The scammers, the bots, the people trying to get in, find out if somebody's alone and find out if, oh, hey, I'm looking for love. Like that kind of stuff is just, and we're importing gangs from other countries, you know, people who are now scamming from inside the states and are now like finding ways to get into our homes where everybody lives, all this data, all this money being spent to attack us. That's my fear. Do we want, like, I don't think so. It's already hard enough to think that like, oh, my government can see everything I do. I mean, I've never cared about privacy or hiding what I'm doing ever, because I've never been doing anything that I would be too ashamed of or worry about to hide. That's the way I've always lived. So I don't care if somebody has access to my info at the government level or whatever. Everybody already has access to all of our information. Our phone numbers, our email addresses, Facebook and Google and all these platforms we all interact with and build our businesses off of and do what I'm doing right now. They all have been carving that data up, selling it, making billions, and then turning around and silencing you or us or whatever. Right now it's happening one direction, and that other side, the sides that do, the side that's doing the silencing, they're now worried that it's going to happen back in their direction. Now, there is a certain place in hell that people go who are in that situation where it's like, whoa, wait a minute, we were cheating and stealing and now we're not anymore. Wait a minute, I no longer approve of this. Like those people, they do have a special place in hell that think that way, because that is the way a narcissist thinks. That's the way a sociopath thinks. They don't have any regard for another human's suffering, whether they brought it upon them or not. No regard. And when too many people get into too much power that think that way, that aren't human, that don't think about how they will hurt a family, how they will hurt a person, how they will hurt an animal, when too many of those people get in charge, we have this. And the only way that that's going to get any freaking better is if we all change our tune. We got to change the radio. We got to change what we're saying. We got to change how we say it.